villages, our forests, which is a place for our medicines, our food, and our livelihood, are also being taken away by this illegality. Therefore, this situation requires a multi-stakeholder engagement to identify the various challenges and opportunities for overcoming them. That is why I said from the beginning that putting up this forum to create awareness on sustainable, artisanal, and small-scale mining was a good call. I know once in a while people come up and say that Galamsey is providing millions of jobs. But why create jobs and also creating new problems? Why create jobs? Or why solve one problem by creating another problem? As a government commits itself to tackling the problem, institutions like UMAT and others must continue to provoke discussions at the local level to get the message across the length and breadth of our communities. Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has made combating illegal mining one of his signature issues, repeatedly warning miners of the damaging of the country's water bodies and the environment. A situation that has become a danger to society when, after extracting the gold, the diamond, and other stones and minerals, the land is left degraded and poisoned with toxic material. As indicated, and also in the Amenfi area and Prisia Wuni Valley, there has been a lot of educational tours on all the villages across these river bodies. But in all that they are trying to do to fight the menace, illegal miners seems not to know no bounds. They continue to crave for the wrong in society and continue to mine on our river bodies. Stop chasing after them. However, oftentimes, the public commentary on illegal mining is confused with small-scale mining. Whereas the difference between both activities have become imperceptible in recent time, it is important to state unequivocally that they are not homogeneous. Small-scale mining is provided for within the Minerals and Mining Act 2006 at 703. And it's a potent means of creating decent jobs for Ghanaians. Yes, that is why I have always supported small-scale mining, because I still believe that if they can create the jobs, then we have to see it as half full glass instead of half empty. And it's for that reason why I have also come to join you in these discussions. The Sustainable Artisanal Mining is regulated by Minerals and Mining Amendment Act 219 Act 995 and the Minerals and Mining Amendment Act 2015 Act 900. I want to see a day when we only hear good press for artisanal small-scale mining. I want to see good press saying that Ghanaian artisanal small-scale mining has moved on to become big-scale or large-scale mining. I want to see a day artisanal small-scale mining will be listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange. I want to see a day that will be told that the best practices in Ghana in recovering gold from the ore is done by artisanal small-scale mining. Whilst governments work hard to regulate and streamline the sector, we have a duty to propagate the news and educating our people as to how well we can handle the situation for the good of all. As we gather here today, we are looking forward for insightful contributions and renewed effort towards addressing or creating awareness in mitigating the effect of illegal mining. Feel free to bring your views on board and let's save Mother Ghana and the Western region. It is my belief that at the end of the forum, some lingering questions will be answered And all of us will live here with a clearer roadmap of what is expected of us as we celebrate Sustainable Artisanal Small-Scale Mining Awareness Day. On that note, Vice Chancellor and your team, I accept to chair this function to a conclusive end. Thank you very much, and may God bless us all.
Thank you very much. We can still do better for him. Let's give him a better place. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much, our Western Regional Minister. We want to acknowledge the presence of the following dignitaries. We have in our midst the Municipal Chief Executive Officer, the Honorable Benjamin Kessie. We have in our midst the Divisional Chief of Isioso, Nana Kwesi Atobra II. We also have in our midst the Municipal Police Commander for the Taqwa Municipality in the person of Chief Superintendent Thomas Osei Abebio. We have the Divisional Commander also in our midst in the person of Chief Superintendent A.G. Kuma. We have the District Manager for the Taqwa Municipal Forestry Commission in the person of Mr. Vincent Apia. We have delegation from the National Association of Small-Scale Miners. Please, let's see all of you waving. Yes. From Accra, from Pristia, from Bogoso, from Simpa, all of them, they are all here. As we go on, we will introduce other dignitaries. Now let's come to the university. We have in our midst the registrar of the university, Mr. M.K. Okra. We have the finance officer, Mr. Jonathan Sakwi. We also have in our midst the pro-vice chancellor of the university. Oh, that is Professor Anthony Simmons. I will introduce the first gentleman of the university very soon, so that after that he takes over. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before the first gentleman of the university comes up to give us his address, we will all stand for the university anthem. Please, let's be on our feet.
Shine our light.
Thank you very much. Please, let's be seated. With a singular honor, we want to introduce and also invite the first gentleman of the University of Mines and Technology, Taqwa, Professor Richard Kwesi Amankwa. Let's give him a very big clap. Please, let's do it until he comes.
Thank you very much, Honorable MC. And thank you, everybody. The Western Regional Minister and MP for Takoradi, Honorable Kwabena Ochedaku-Mensah. The Municipal Chief Executive, Principal Officers of the University, Service Commanders, Nananum, heads of governments, institutions, and agencies here, the university community, executives, and members of the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners. Precious. Thank you. Friends of the media, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome all of you, wonderful people, to the university and also to the first Sustainable Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining Awareness Day. Before I move on to my speech, let me mention that for the past 2 weeks, I've been going to several government offices in Accra. And any place that I go, I hear that, oh, your Western Regional Minister was here, and he put in a word for you here. It happened in several offices. And I want to say that Honorable Kwabena Ochedaku-Mensah, UMAT, is very grateful. He's gone ahead of us to negotiate many wonderful contracts for us, even when we were still asleep. We are very grateful. Mr. Chairman, it is the favorable geological environment in Ghana that makes artisanal and small-scale mining a major venture in many mineral-rich communities. Thus, minerals like gold, diamond, salt, and industrial minerals can be mined at a small-scale level. The small-scale gold and mining law was gazetted in June 1989, on 2nd June. And since the regularization, mining of gold has increased and improved. The contribution to national gold has moved from 2.2% in 1989 to about 43%. And this has kept Ghana among the top 10 gold-producing countries in the world. So small-scale miners, we say thank you for doing that. The small-scale mining sector employs about 1 million people directly and positively affects the lives of about 20% of Ghana's population. It is a space that can be cultivated not only for poverty alleviation, but also for wealth creation. And if given the opportunity, the sector can grow to become an enviable space. This makes the ASM sector a unique one that requires special discussions and uniquely tailored approaches to address its challenges. Such approaches would ensure fulfillment of its socio-economic potential and help in the achievement of sustainable development goals, in particular 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 12. By these I mean no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, decent work and economic growth, and responsible consumption and production. However, the myriad of challenges associated with activities such as environmental degradation, bad safety records, pollution of water bodies, amongst others, have been the prominent highlights of the sector. It is not uncommon to read headlines like 16 people dead as small-scale mining pit collapses. 18 excavators bent at Christia Hunding Valley. 22 dredges bent on the Pra River. And issues like Ghana Water Company is spending more money to treat water because of the activities of small-scale miners. And all this is bad publicity for the sector. Other challenges include inadequate ASM-based regulatory and policy frameworks, poor health and environmental issues, and undefined supply chains. Governments over the years have introduced several reforms and strategies to streamline the ASM sector. These notwithstanding, they have largely not been successful. A critical look at the sector shows that there are a few who obey virtually all the laws governing the activity, just a few. I'm proud of companies such as TransEco, EK Agimine, Gold Empire Resources, just to mention a few, who are mining, but mining very responsibly and sustainably. The past 4 years has been very challenging for the sector. In 2017, a ban was placed on ASM activities due to many reasons, among which environmental destruction stood tall. Some irresponsible small-scale artisanal miners polluted virtually all the rivers in Ghana by washing tailings directly into the rivers or allowing their waste to be washed into the water bodies. The major rivers that have been so polluted include rivers Ofin, Pra, Bia, Tano, Birim, and Ankobra. In UMAT, our studies on the Pra Basin shows that at its source in Mamponhidiem in the Ashanti region, the Ofin River remains quite clean until it reaches Kotokuom, where ASM activities begin. And it maintains a dirty color due to pollution through Tontokrom, Afipaye, Kenyago, Subin, Pokukrom, Dunkwao, until River Ofin joins River Pra at Ewisem. The load of pollutants are carried through several towns, including Dawasi to Shama, where the River Pra joins the sea. All these are the handiwork of artisanal and small-scale miners. Soon after the ban was lifted, the COVID-19 pandemic came into force, forcing many mines to close down. It was expected that miners would return to work having learned key lessons. Unfortunately, the waters remained turbid. Mining in forest zones became rampant, and mining in rivers and discharging waste into water bodies continued. The latest military activity, codenamed Operation Halt 2, has sent shock waves through the mining communities. To a large extent, I believe that the actions and the inactions of some recalcitrant miners led to this situation. Despite these challenges, I still have hope that the small-scale mining sector will rise and take its rightful position. Let us always remember that the first mine was a small-scale mine, and the last mine will be a small-scale mine. I still believe that sustainable and responsible mining is possible. Sustainable development requires that economic, social, and environmental issues regarding any venture is taken care of. This has not been the case in the ASM sector. Ladies and gentlemen, and in particular to the small-scale miners, if you dig a hole whilst looking for gold and you do not cover it, it does not lead to sustainable mining. If you wash your waste into streams and rivers, it does not lead to sustainable mining. If you keep your waste such that the rains can carry it into nearby water bodies, it does not lead to sustainable mining. If you place a dredge on a river, stir the sands and make the waters turbid, it does not lead to sustainable mining. If you mine less than 100 meters from a river, it does not lead to sustainable mining. And if you heat your amalgam in the open so that mercury fumes are inhaled by people in that environment, it also does not lead to sustainable mining. And therefore, as we talk about sustainable mining, it is important for us to revise our strategies to make these things stories of the past. These challenges have necessitated the need for avenues to promote dialogue regarding development opportunities and challenges of ASM, and also to foster partnerships among stakeholders, as well as providing a platform for the voices of ASM workers and operators in the community to be heard. Let us all pledge to create an environment for sustainable and responsible mining. Today, we gather here and we are creating the appropriate forum for engagements on successes and failures of the ASM sector in the previous years. And we are also projecting for the year ahead so that we can discuss and consider it. And I'm hoping that a year by this time, when we celebrate the second Sustainable Day, we can look back and say that yes, our rivers have been cleared. On 2nd June 1989, the small-scale mining law was gazetted. And today, 2nd June 2021, we launch the Sustainable Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining Awareness Day. This day is intended to create the national and global awareness and a platform for stakeholders in the ASM sector to interact to ensure the maximum achievement of the socioeconomic potential of the sector without compromising on the quality of the environment. It is the position of all gathered here, UMAT, NASEM, Minerals Commission, Environmental Protection Agency, and the Gold Region, that is the Western Region, with this able minister, that we will work towards a win-win-win situation for all. Today, we pledge towards sustainable and responsible mining. And in the year ahead, our targets are towards a win for miners, a win for government, and a win for Ghana. May God bless our homeland Ghana, and may God bless us all. Thank you.
Very much, Vice Chancellor. Now we shall also hear from the National Association of Small-Scale Miners. And so we shall invite the National Secretary to come and present their message, and he is in the person of Mr. Godwin Ama. Let's give him a clap.
Precious. 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 And then Yawoda. And so be a man and small scale miners now, me mama say in the midst of the crisis, no, still Yanko point to me a boy who by near to me about program can see it to see. Mr. Chairman, the Honorable Western Regional Minister, the MCE, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Kofi Akwesi Amankwa. We've worked with him for a very long time, and I'll ask all the miners to clap again for Prof, because he has engaged with us for a very, 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 very long time and has contributed
a lot for the success of the association. The Nananom, friends from the media, fellow miners, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. The ASM, that's the artisanal and small-scale gold mining sector, was pushed to the informal sector due to colonialism and the emergence of concession. So in the bid to regularize or mainstream these activities, government made a policy decision in 1989 to regularize the activities of artisanal and small-scale miners. And there were four main objectives. Number one was to provide an avenue for employment generation with a view to curb rural-urban labor drift. Two, absorb some of the excess labor to be retrenched because of the structure adjustment program which was being implemented at the same time. And three, monitor and supervise the activities of small-scale miners by ensuring acceptable mining practices with minimum damage to the environment, provide a ready official market for minerals to ensure the maximum contribution of the subsector to the national economy, thereby reducing the incidence of smuggling of precious minerals to neighboring countries. And the last is to stem the tide of encroachment of small-scale miners on large-scale concession. Mr. Chairman, the government enacted legislations to mainstream small-scale mining, gold mining, and the laws were the small-scale gold mine law, which is the PNDC Law 218 of 1989, and in addition to the then Minerals and Mining Law, that's the PNDC Law 153 of 1986, and other diamond legislation. Under the law, regulation and monitoring of small-scale activities were carried out through district offices of the Minerals Commission. The Mercury Act, which is PNDC Law 217, and also Act 219 for the establishment of the PMMMC were all enacted. Small scale in Ghana was defined to include the exploration of some minerals deposits using rudimentary tools at low levels production with minimum capital investment. This definition was based on Minerals and Mining Law 1986, PNDC Law 153, which sometimes a lot of people try to quote that law, but that law has been repealed. That law has been repealed and repealed and then replaced by the Minerals and Mining Act 2006 at 703 as amended. Mr. Chairman, Act 703 stipulates the qualification, conditions, durations, and in addition, Section 86 of the law requires that the size of blocks should be prescribed by the regulation. That is Minerals and Mining Regulation 2020 LI 2171. Therefore, prescribe that small-scale mining license cannot exceed 12 blocks, where one block is equal to 2.1 acres. The duration of small-scale mining license is 5 years and renewable upon satisfactory performance during the first term. Artisanal and small-scale mining is subsumed under small-scale mining. Since the promulgation of the law 218, which gives Ghanaians the legal status to engage in small-scale mining, up to the enactment of the Minerals and Mining Act 206 as amended, the total contribution of gold produced yearly in percentage has increased from 3.2 ounces in 3.2 million ounces in 1989 to over, that's from the total, let me take it there, the total contribution produced yearly in percentage has increased from 3.2% in 1989 to over 35% in 2000. Small-scale mining has evolved from just being means by which rural poor survives, which is most often poverty-driven, to a status of wealth creation through business models driven by local entrepreneurs. Mr. Chairman, the sector provides an estimated job of over 1 million directly and indirectly over 4 million. And it also rakes in over 2 billion US dollars annually in forex earnings. It also serves as the supply of raw gold for value addition, also creating job opportunities downstream. The sector has also paid over 200 million Ghana cedis into withholding tax since its introduction in 2020. In recent times, the devastation caused by illegal mining, thus the pollution of water bodies, largely perpetrated by floating dredges, popularly known as chamfan or tutututu, and land degradation and the destruction of our forest reserve is of a huge concern to government and the people of Ghana as a whole. Government intervention of using the military to curb this illegal activity currently has been used in the past 3 decades without achieving any substantial results. Although the association supports the fight against illegal mining, we would suggest that there should be a relook at the military intervention for us to use a more sustainable approach in dealing with this menace. Mr. Chairman, if we want our water bodies to be clean and to reduce the turbidity, we need to know the perpetrators. 80 to 85% of the pollution is done by these dredges, and if measures are not taken to constantly patrol our river bodies and ensure that their number reduces, it will be very difficult for the river bodies to be cleared, although Operation HOTS is on the field, and there is also destruction or burning of excavators. This will not alone allow these river bodies to be cleared. Fellow miners, the next decade is going to be more challenging. The way we work should be more sustainably. Acquiring a mining license alone to work will not keep you in the sector, but the compliance to the legal framework is what will sustain you in the industry. The issue of traceability and then the issue of responsible mining is the key word, and that is what our collaboration with the university we are going to ensure through our self-policy, monitoring policy, and then the task force. Ladies and gentlemen, let's remember that without the environment, we cannot exist as humans. And so let us keep it safe. We, as an association, declare our support to the institution for the celebration of the Sustainable Small-Scale Miners Awareness Day. All miners, I wish you a happy birthday, Obiaman and Enji, and God bless our homeland, Canada. Precious, precious, precious.
Hello? That is a powerful message from the National Secretary. Thank you very much. Let's recognize some university officials that we have noticed here. We have in our midst Professor Newton Amegwe. He is the director in charge of our university laboratories. We also have Professor Beatrice Patricia Mirkujima. She is the Dean of International Programs. We have Professor Grace Ofori Sapon. She is the Dean of our She is the Dean of School of Postgraduate Studies. Okay. I also saw Professor Michael Afam, the Dean of School of Petroleum Studies. Prof. Afam, are you around? Okay, I'm sure he's left. In due time, we shall also recognize other dignitaries. Thank you very much. Now, we want to invite the Municipal Chief Executive Officer for Taqwa Municipality to give us a message. Let's give him a clap. Thank you.
Honorable Western Regional Minister, who is a friend of Taqwa and has never denied us his presence anytime he's invited to programs in Taqwa. Honorable Minister, we are grateful. Vice Chancellor Professor Kwesi Amankwa and Honorable Regional Minister, I dare say that UMAT is adding on. UMAT is doing well, especially for initiatives like this. We have come many times to programs in this nature, and we know many more will come up. Let me say that Taqwa, in particular, is a mining community. So we are happy to receive such programs here. And we want to state that Taqwa should be involved in organizing or discussing issues relating to mining. Honorable Regional Minister, we are dealing with small-scale miners. So I dare say that we must choose the language that all of us will be free to go with. And me pese me kase odu baby a yanka ye fie kase yi ama yan ya ha no ye friend galamsey do galamsey fo na ekọ adwuma ni ma brofo nkote one times thing na ye brofo. There is no gadget or implement in galamsey or a kinding. And so when we meet like this, so that everybody will be free to express him or herself, yem combine kasado na onyefe. Taqwa in Swayim, we have our plan, especially when the minister, and for that matter, His Excellency the President, has scaled down the task to 2 specific red zone areas, our forests and our river bodies. Currently, MUSEC has met severally, and we are meeting again tomorrow to review our strategies. And let me say that very soon, Taqwa Swayim yeso yebeye yes stakeholder meeting. Yene small scale miners ni na ya friend galamsey nti ma menka ne sa ya so yebeye ye local stakeholder meeting and then take local actions against the problems that we face, because we believe that it is us who can find solutions to the problems we have created. So very soon you hear from us as to how we're going to go about that. Me pese me gidi say that way on Chebiano, it will be celebrated across the mining districts within the country. It's not going to be Taqwa alone, but other mining communities within the country will celebrate this day. Honorable Regional Minister, Vice Chancellor, ye pese ye kase or say engagement no or regular. Small scale miners. So also what per se sustainability na ye kano or ye juma ma wo so wadwuma no ɔtena hɔ a wɔn bo aban ma wɔn a wɔkɔka bɛka wɔn no yɛn stop wɔ because yɛn nyinaa hu sɛ ɔdu baabi a excesses obi wɔ hɔ a na nka ɔnyɛ dɛ ɔyɛ affected by certain actions but because others are doing it we suffer the excesses. So let us help government, support government to weed out those ones in the red zones, especially those on our water bodies and in the forest. So ya boa ma wofi hɔ a yɛnte sɛ excavator bi si efie ma wahye no ebia na wofi bush na wɔba abufu a wohu wɔ bush wɔ nti wode na osi fie no na wahye no. Why not help or support government to stop those ones in the red zone so that all of us will be free? Indeed, Abai, just as my regional minister said, yeah, I have a friend Galam saying to Mamin Kanisa, Abai on your nagwin say Obugu Galam say that. And verily, verily, I say unto the gathering, Galam say can never be stopped, and it will not be stopped. What we're saying is that we should mine sustainably. Ono no hona yumat for what they are bahai. Inti say ya beye na ya yeni ye dia. No ya besre yumat. Yeni say onche bia wa ye training. Ma Galam say yes. We want to know if the feedback is positive. UMAT should be able to follow up on the products that come here, the Galamsey students that come here. There should be a program that will, roll in the Galamseyers themselves. Now, one church one, we swa, one DH, now one say, I dare not watch Reno, on one ass on the Galamseyers, what do you do? I must say remedial actions be what na you take. I commend you, Matt, for this initiative. And we are asking that Professor Mankwa continues to do some of these things so that you might take its stage. We have only one mining university in Ghana and across West Africa. So let us take maximum advantage of UMAT. And I believe that what UMAT will do will help us, secure the sustainable mining that we all yearning for. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you.
Thank you very much, the Honorable MC. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get to a very important part of this gathering. That is the Taqwa Declaration. But before we go to the declaration, we shall ask our technical team to give us a musical interlude. Thank you very much. Yes. Please, we want to find out the rep for the Environmental Protection Agency and that of Minerals Commission. Please, can we? Rep of Environmental Protection Agency. Okay. You are supposed to give us a message, please. After this introduction, you give us your message. Thank you very much. Want to recognize the following personalities in our midst. And these are members of the National Small Scale Association. And let me start with the national president. He is in our midst in the person of Mr. Philip Akufu. Please, where are you? Let's give him a clap. We also have the vice president in the person of Mr. Samson Kofi Redu. We have the national patron in the person of Mr. E.K. Ajman. We have the regional patron, Mr. Ben Owusu Achiao. We have the Ashanti regional chairman, Mr. Frank Osei, a.k.a. Diniko. We have the national communications director in the person of Abdul Razak. Then we have the financial director in the person of Francis Opoku. We have the national organizer in the person of Alasi Baba. We have the regional vice chairman, Mr. Abu Sadiq. Then we have their organizer in the person of Kwekudia. Their regional financial officer, Madam Harriet. And all the members present. I also want to introduce another guest in our midst. His private name is David Anthony Nikalse. His stool name is Nana Eben Ayeboafu. He is the regent of Aketenche Division, Ahanta West. He is also the CEO of Takrady Gold Ghana Limited and the leader of Bazuri Group Small Scale Mine in Pristia. In due time, we shall recognize others. Please, we shall invite the Environmental Protection Agency to give us the message. Let's give him a clap.
First and foremost, on behalf of the management of the Environmental Protection Agency, I would like to say a very good morning to you all, and Honorable Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Vice Chancellor, our host, and all protocols observed, because I have to be quite brief. I would like to say that the mission of the Environmental Protection Agency of Ghana is simply stated as follows: to co-manage, protect, and enhance the country's environment in particular, as well as seek common solutions to global environmental problems. It is in this vein that, Mr. Chairman, you recall that exactly 2 weeks ago, you were invited to grace an occasion where there was a second launch of the Africa Environmental Health and Pollution Management Program at the Eagle Nest International Hotel in Taqwa here. The Vice Chancellor was also present. The program basically looks at a more sustainable ways of managing hazardous chemicals in our developmental quest. And for mining, small scale mining, we are focusing on mercury. I mean, we all are aware that there are serious environmental hazards associated with the use of mercury in small scale mining. And for this 5 years program, we are seeking to gradually ensure that mercury is phased out in the small scale mining business. Ghana is among 5 other African countries implementing this project with support from the World Bank. Mr. Chairman, I would like to mention briefly that the Environmental Assessments Regulations of 1999, LI 1652, requires that any undertaking that requires the submission of an reclamation plan must post a reclamation bond. The Environmental Protection Agency over the years has succeeded in implementing this provision in the law with respect to large-scale mining. And with this, you all agree with me that they are all performing quite well. When it comes to the small-scale mining, we have serious challenges, partly because of the a bit informal nature of the subsector. However, the agency is working very hard to ensure that the posting of reclamation bond is instituted in the regulation of small-scale mining. As they are aware, they are here. In registering, applying for environmental permit, they do indicate their environmental reclamation plans. We approve them, issue the permit. However, getting them to post the bond has been our challenge. It has a lot of legal implications as well. But we are working very hard, and sooner than later, the process will be instituted. Prof did highlight what sustainable mining means. And it was in very simple terms, of course, because he's Leonard Oyeshabre. I would also want to add that adapting lower impact mining techniques, reusing mining waste, use of eco-friendly equipment, and also seeking continuous improvement in the form of progressive rehabilitation of degraded areas are all characteristics of sustainable mining. I would therefore want to conclude by saying that the EPA is keen to partner all its stakeholders to ensure that sustainable mining, as we are talking about, will surely be a win-win situation for all of us. On this note, Mr. Chairman, I'm grateful to you. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you very much. Minerals Commission, please, are you around? Okay. So, Minerals Commission, yes. Let's give him a clap. Minerals Commission.
Good morning. The chairman the VC, the Vice Chancellor of this university, Professor Richard Kwesi Amankwa, Nananom lecturers and all present, the Commission, the Minerals Commission for that matter, is happy to be associated with the launch for obvious reasons. Our call is on compliance of the Act 703 and its successive amendments, as well as its attendance regulations. It's always the case that small-scale miners have been seen to be defiant. If you look at the Act 703, Section 81 to 99 is prescribed as our the secretary for the association said, that there is a way to go through licensing. There is a way of arrangement of anything that is to be done with small scale. But looking at what happened in 2017, it was as if there was no law or there was no act or enactment to regulate small scale mining. If you look at the LI 2182, that is the health, safety, and technical regulations, we also have arrangement from the 469 to 492, sorry, that also requires the way to mine sustainably. However, by the nature of small-scale mining, sometimes it becomes difficult for them to follow certain arrangements. And that is why the Vice Chancellor, in his wisdom, is calling for how we can collaborate as institutions or public institutions to help the small-scale miners to achieve the aim that desires the nation. That not said, the Commission is also putting together all that is necessary to ensure that small-scale mining benefits the nation in a way that does not affect the generations to come. So on this note, the CEO, the Minerals Commission, the Chief Inspector of Mines of the Inspectorate Division, and all the officers in various offices are working together to ensure that this launch today becomes a gravestone for small-scale mining. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now that we've heard all the messages and all the speeches, we are coming to a major activity which, in the mind of the university, will guide our actions and interactions going forward. We want to commit ourselves so that everybody will do his part and will do it as expected. And that is the Taqwa Declaration. The Taqwa Declaration. And in this declaration, we have two major partners or stakeholders. That is the University of Mines and Technology and the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners. Each of these will come and declare their commitment to ensuring sustainable small-scale mining. Before I invite them, let me set the preamble. In Ghana, the artisanal and small-scale mining is a sector with a strong potential, not only for poverty alleviation, but also for employment and wealth creation. The sector employs over 1 million people directly and supports about 20% of Ghana's population. It is an avenue for the development of skills and the growing of indigenous entrepreneurs. The sector accounts for 35% of national gold production and contribute to national value addition. The sector has a mix of responsible and irresponsible miners, with the irresponsible ones overshadowing the work of the former, leading to environmental degradation and pollution. Taking into consideration the past, the present, and the future of ASM sector, we, multi-stakeholder participants of the first Sustainable Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining Awareness Day, held at UMAT, Taqwa, Ghana, on 2nd June 2021, reaffirm the contribution of ASM in employment creation, poverty reduction, enhanced livelihoods, and sustainable development. Based on the above considerations, we hereby declare our commitment. So this is the preamble. I am now going to invite the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners to come and pledge their support and to show that they are committed to this declaration. So, Nasem, whoever is coming to do the declaration, let's give him a clap.
Mr. Chairman, the Honorable Regional Minister, the Honorable MC, our indefatigable Vice Chancellor of this Honorable University, my President, the President of Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners, Nananum present, and let me acknowledge the students who are here, who are aspiring to become entrepreneurs like some of us, and will be joining the small-scale miners. You are highly recognized. All protocol observed. I am here to make this declaration on behalf of the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners. It's a solemn one, and it's historic too. We, the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners, declare our commitment to sustainable and responsible mining activities that ensures the protection of our lands, water bodies, forests, and communities. These are our key responsibilities. 1, ensure that members engage in sustainable and responsible mining activities. 2, ensure that members and associates adopt practices that avoid and minimize the environmental damages due to extraction and processing of ore. 3, assist government and regulators to deal with recalcitrant members whose activities do not abide by the governing principles of the sector. 4, empower and equip our task force to effectively monitor and enforce sustainable and responsible mining. And 5, and finally, support key stakeholders such as UMAT to develop appropriate support systems for sustainable and responsible mining. So have us all God. Let us all miners say amen to this.
Precious. Precious. So now the University of Mines and Technology will also pledge the support, and that is the registrar of the university coming to do that on behalf of the university, Mr. Matthew Kwabena Okra. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. MC. Honorable Chairman, invited guests, the media, ladies and gentlemen, as has been said, UMAT is so committed to this adventure, purpose. The reason why we are here is so important to us, and the reason we are championing it. So I read our commitment. UMAT's commitment. We therefore declare our commitment to train, provide technical advice and support to all stakeholders involved in the ASM sector to provide sustainable and responsible activities that ensure the protection of our lands, water bodies, lives, and forests. Key responsibilities: assist the government to strengthen effective monitoring of the sector, support the government to formulate and develop ASM compatible regulations for environmental protection, lead research and development of environmentally friendly technologies to make the sector safer and very productive, lead in the restoration of the degraded ecosystem, that is rivers and degraded lands, develop proactive strategies together with other stakeholders in dealing with the challenges facing the sector. And to follow what my colleague said, we end with Amen, meaning it shall happen as we want it. Thank you.
Let's give him a clap. Let's give him a clap. Thank you very much, Registrar. So now we have had the two declarations, and that is what is going to inform our actions going forward. Now, the next item on our schedule is the signing of an MOU between the University of Mines and Technology and the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners. That is what we have here. Before we go to that, let me also recognize the following persons. We have in our midst the former national president of NASEM, that's the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners, in the person of Reverend Collins Osekusi. We have the national treasurer in the person of Madame Janet Esikusi. Then the one representing the Council of Elders, Alhaji Musa Osma. We have lecturers of the university. We have lecturers of the university present, students of the university present, and in particular, we have students from the mining engineering department, environmental and safety engineering department, minerals engineering department. We have staff of the university also present. Now, without taking much time, we are going to invite the Vice Chancellor and the Registrar, the National President and the Secretary of NASEM to be at the table to sign the MOU. Thank you. Let's give them a clap. Yes, so we'll take a note from the Vice Chancellor and the National President.
So thank you very much, all you wonderful people. Let me mention that the first time UMAT signed an MOU with NASEM was in 2013. So this is a renewal of the MOU that we had in existence. And let me also mention that at that time, it was Evangelist Kusi who was the president. Is he around? Can you give us a wave? Yes. He worked very hard with people like Godwin Amma, Emmanuel Yirenchi, Janet Kusi, and all the people here. They worked very hard. And the current president, Honorable Akufu, has also decided to continue on that path. At that time, he was the vice. So thank you very much for this association. We are very grateful. And we will deepen it in the days ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give them a clap. Let's give them a clap. Let's give them a clap.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end of this program, let me mention that in order to deepen our interactions with the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners, and also to push ahead with our agenda in small-scale mining, we decided to set up a hub. For the next few years, as many of you will be aware, we have several things we want to do with the small-scale miners. We have talked about Catch Them Young. Catch Them Young would help several young people, usually above, let's say, upper primary, or above lower primary, that is beginning from class 4. We are going to engage them and teach them about sustainable mining, so that as they grow, they will do the right thing. Apart from that, we are talking about the small-scale mining school, the mobile one, which will be a follow-up to what we did on our campus here, so that we will be on site with them to keep talking and to ensure that the right thing is done in the field. To make sure that all these things are done well, we have set up a hub, which we call the Sustainable Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining Hub. And we have appointed a coordinator of the hub in the person of Dr. Kweku. Is he around? So Dr. Kweku is the hub coordinator, Sustainable Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining Hub. He will be the face of UMAT as far as small-scale mining is concerned. If any of the small-scale miners need help regarding our institutional issues regarding small-scale mining, please contact Dr. Kweku. He will be the Galamsey professor for the university. So that is Kweku for you. And on that note, I also declare the Sustainable Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining Hub duly launched. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor. We are about to end the program. Let's also recognize the presence of the Chamber of Mines representative here in the person of Nana Ando. Please, Nana Ando from Chamber of Mines. Oh, good. Thank you very much. Now it is presentation of awards. And let me give a very brief background to this awards. As part of activities for the celebration of this maiden edition of Sustainable Artisanal Small Scale Mining Awareness Day, the university engaged basic school students of the Taqwa municipality and the Pristia Huni Valley district. The Taqwa municipality had a quiz which was won by one of the schools. The Pristia district also had a quiz which was won by one of the schools. The two winners plus the best loser or the best of the losers met just yesterday for the final quiz. And these are the results of which we are going to present the certificate to the school. So when we mention the school, a teacher and the contestant will come forward, and Professor George Ajay will do the presentation of the certificate. The third school, or the school which placed third, is Akon St. Peter's Anglican JHS. So that is the teacher who trained them and the students who came for the contest. So for the maiden edition, these are the third winners. The school that placed second is Insoyem MABJHS. Let me say that this quiz is part of the Catch Them Young practice announced by the Vice Chancellor. If I tell you what they learned, you'll be surprised. That is a teacher. So Akon is from Taqwa municipality, and Insoyem is also from Taqwa municipality. The overall best for our maiden edition, the quiz contest, is Nana Amwakwa Model School, Daman. So the teacher and the contestant, let's give them a clap. Apart from the certificate, they will be given other prizes, which will be given to them at a later time or after this program. Yes, come closer to your teacher. These students did marvelously. They did marvelously. Let's clap for them. We brought all of them to the university and we gave them 2 days training. They had everything here. They didn't go back. And after that, we set the date for the contest. They have done very well. What they learned is like a whole model on sustainable small-scale mining. Thank you very much. Now, we are about to come to the end of the program, and without taking much of your time, we shall invite the chairman for this occasion to give us his closing remarks, the Honorable Dr. Kwabena Ochedakumensa. Thank you.
Clap for yourself. You've all done well. At least we've done this program in a very beautiful way. I'll try as much as possible to be very short because I believe that the communique actually simplifies all the things that we've come out that we are going to do. Precious. 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 I'm very happy that the Small Scale Miners Association agrees that they need to do the right thing. And sustainable mining, like Prof said, is a win-win. In fact, for small scale miners, you should even be making more money than large scale miners. Because by your law, a lot of the things that are required of the big or large scale miners are not required of you. And therefore, I strongly believe that we cannot give excuses for a few miscreants to create bad press for you. In Ghana, it is known that instead of having rural-urban migration, Ghana is one of the few countries that we have urban-rural migration because of small-scale mining. So the objective for allowing you to work in the formal sector has been achieved. All that government is saying, like what the MCE said, we have two red zones, the forest and the water bodies. They say kuku ni jaya keka no sebede. Into small scale miners, when you get it right, government will also get it right with you. EPA, we are very grateful for your support. Minerals Commission, we are very grateful for telling us that you support the small-scale miners to win and succeed. So give them all the support they need for them to create wealth and create prosperity for our country. On that note, I'd like to thank UMAT for taking their community service very, very seriously, to the extent of appointing for us a Galamsey professor. And like you all said and agreed, small-scale mining is one of the easiest way of redistributing the wealth of our country. But we have to do it sustainably. And sustainable mining is sustainable development of Ghana. Thank you very much, and may God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Chairman. We will now invite Dr. Frank Boateng to give us the closing courtesies note of appreciation. Let's give him a clap.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, Honorable Dr. Kabna Ochrodako. We are so much grateful for the beauty and the touch that you have given to this very important program. To our Vice Chancellor, Professor Richard Akwesi Amankwa, our Pro Vice Chancellor, we are so grateful to you. MC, we thank you. Our service commanders, we are grateful for the love that you always show when UMAT invites. We are grateful again to Ghana National Association of Small Scalers, the entire executive, both present and past. You've graced this occasion and you have committed that you would help us fight this canker. We also thank the media, our faculty members here present, Nananom. We came to the Traditional Council, they accepted our invitation within a short notice. And Nana, you have shown UMAT that you are always there for us. Please, let's give it out to the Taqwa Traditional Council. So, we want to thank all of you, students here present. You have graced this occasion, and you have actually witnessed a historical event that will go a long way for us to talk about. I think we are leaving here with a good message. There is a commitment to fight this canker, and we all are part of this. The dignitaries will join the Vice Chancellor at the Hotel De Hilda for a lunch, and the rest of us, there will be a meal served for us at our Seminar Room 1. So you can pass by and take something with you. We thank you. We say God bless you for honoring this invitation.
Thank you very much. Now we shall invite the Acting University Chaplain, Dr. Richard Amorin, to give us the closing prayer.
Please, let's be upstanding for the closing prayer. Father, again, we are grateful for how far you have brought us as a university. We thank you for all that have been discussed this morning. We thank you for the various pledges, the promises. We are very grateful that indeed we have a mindset of going to do mining the right way. We thank you for what we have seen this morning, the signing of MOU. We thank you for the ASM Hub as well, which has been launched this morning. We are so grateful once again. We commit all the dignitaries and those who travel from far and near to grace this occasion into your hands as they go back. We pray for traveling mercies. We pray for especially the students who are here. We pray that you grant them the grace to be able to catch up whatever they have lost this morning. But we pray, oh Lord God, that as we all put our hands towards the hills to ensure a sustainable artisanal small-scale mining, Lord, our environment and our waters will be clean for all of us to use. This we ask through our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you very much. The media, the Vice Chancellor is coming to the days for any interview. The National President of